Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. Today I am going to show you how you can create your own knowledge graph inside of Anytype. So a lot of us like to use note-taking apps to create knowledge graphs or a second brain. And today I am showing you how I would do that inside of Anytype. This is actually how my resources look. It is a collection and you can see it in the graph as well, just going around. So I have a lot of notes. I take a lot of notes every single day, and today I am going to show you how I take those notes. So now we are into my YouTube test space, my YouTube test Anytype space. This is what I use for YouTube videos. And the first thing we are going to do is to create a collection. We will call this collection knowledge base. And once we have done that, we can edit the text style and give it an emoji if we wanted to. So I will go on and give it a brain because it is my second brain. We will go on and add this to our favorites so it shows up here, and I will just remove and add this homepage once again so I get the homepage up top. So this is a collection. A collection works similarly to a folder on your computer. That's the best way I know to describe it. But before we put any notes into here, we want to go on and create our different object types, our different types of objects. So everything inside of Anytype is an object. A page is an object, a person is an object, an image is an object. This is an object, this is an object, so everything is an object, and we have object types as well, so a way to group similar objects. And here we want to think about the things we consume. So in my case, it will be podcasts. It will be, what else do I consume? I consume movies. That doesn't exist, so we will add movies. Is there something else I would like to consume? Books, but books is already an existing type inside of the Anytype library. It is actually called book, so you can just go on and install that. Except for books, movies, podcasts, articles. Articles, that's the last thing I consume. And we will go in and you can add icons to this, so you can just jump around to all of these and add different icons. Movie icon, we have podcast here. I would put a microphone. You get the point. Microphone not working. Mic. That's right, I'm struggling to write. Anyways, we create all of the things we want to consume, and the reason why is simply because these will have different relations. That's the one thing. And the second thing is that later I might want to create myself a reading list, or to be seen for movies, or to be listened to for podcasts. It works a little bit like Read It Later app, something like Pocket, or I think even Readwise has it now. Instapaper has it. Anyways, if you want to read an article later, you can just put it into your Anytype space and you can get back to that later. But in order to do that, we first need to create these, and that's the best way I have found to do it. And the same goes for the different relations. Everything has a different relation. So a movie might have directors and actors, while a podcast has a podcast host. A book has different relations, and as you can see here, it has a pre-made template. You can create these templates and add the different things you would want to. I am not going to do that in this video just because I don't have it inside of my own. but I will show you how you can do it. So this is the relation part. You can add different relations into here. So this is a podcast. I would have podcast host here, and I need to create that relation. This is going to be an object type relation, and it will be based on the object type human. So when I do this, when I limit the object type, it will only search for humans. Just to show you how that works, I need to create myself a human inside of here, and we can press the plus, and we can go into my types, and we can create a human. This is also a pre-installed object type inside of Anytype. This human will be called Jay Shetty. I like to listen on his podcast. And once I've done that, I can jump into my knowledge base. We will change the type into a podcast, which is something we just created. So try one more time, podcast. And here we go, we have the podcast type. This will be on purpose, and I would put the episode title in there. And when you open the relations, you can see the object type. When I open this, you can see that it only shows the human object type. So this would show all of the humans I have inside of my database. It is looking like Anytype suddenly decided to update. If you can look at the left corner of my screen, it is updating. But anyways, back to the video. This is how I would do it, and you could show the relation. I will update it later. You can show the relation, as you can see here. You can go in here, and I could add the podcast host relation. So that's the idea behind everything we're doing here. Just to show you one more time with another one, I could have the movie object type. I could add director. It is already in the Anytype library, and this is actually an object relation without a limit on object type, so I will put a limit on this and add human. The same goes for author. If we jump into the Anytype types and into book, here we have author. It is an object relation type. It has category, rating, status as well, and you could add as many of them as you wanted to. Just to show you how I do it, I don't have too many relations. I could probably add more if I wanted to, but I am not. I only have podcaster. I'm not calling it podcast host. I don't know why. And if we take a look at my books here, I'm just using the Anytype library one, and I should probably go in and change some of these. We have an article on employer branding. Here I would just add the URL, but I don't have the URL for this one. So let's see if we can find another article. This is one about commonplacing. And another way to look at it is to jump into your Anytype library, my types, and we can jump into, let's see if I can find it, podcasts. Here you can see all of your podcasts. And let's say you wanted to create a read later or listen to later database. You could create a set based on the object type podcast. Let me know if you want me to do a video on how you could create a read later app inside of your Anytype space. So this is simply how I do it. I can add the podcaster relation here. So we have it. I am still trying to fully build up my personal space, but basically that's just how you create a knowledge base. And again, the reason why we do it like this is because inside of your graph you get it is shown how something is related to something else. So if I click on Jay Shetty or I click on the podcast episode with Charlie D'Amelio, you can see that it shows that it is they are related by the fact that Jay Shetty is the podcaster. The same goes here. YouTube Secrets, Sean Cannell is the author. Here again, James Clear is the podcaster. You get the point. That's why I do it this way, because the relations get shown. This should probably be moved over here. And that's the beauty about Anytype and the Anytype graph, is that the relations get shown if you do it this way. You could also just go into here and you could press at and link it back to Jay Shetty, but you won't get the explanation, and the graph won't show how things are related like it is here. It will only show you the line, but not show you the writing in between. So that's how you can create a knowledge graph inside of Anytype. If you have any questions, anything you want me to do a video on, comment down below. There is one more Anytype video coming quite soon, and I'm really excited for it. So if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe, and I hope to see you again quite soon.